I'm a mess. I do my makeup in the car. Pulling up 6:30 when I told you 6 o'clock. I admit, I'm always about to fall apart. But you would never notice, cause I make you think I'm not. You say you know me, but you don't, but you don't, but you don't. Make it look easy, but it don't, but it don't. Looks can be deceiving, could let you see the real me. But I let you think I'm perfect. Fake smiling cause it's working.
You want to do the honors of the clap?
Yeah, sure I do. Woo,
No, one clap.
Oh. And also,
Put
what?
that on the.
Why do we do one clap? Oh,
It's
so you can match.
Yeah, so
Do I want to do the honors of the clap? Hell yeah, I'm clapping for me.
we're keeping this.
You're gonna have 20 seconds of me doing a selfie on this thing when it was recorded. Like, call yourself out. And also, what is happening in the garage? Did you just hear that?
I don't know.
I guess they're mowing. Anyway, yeah, I'll do the clap. Is that right? No?
Yeah, honestly, I'm leaving all this in anyways. Hey guys.
Good luck matching it up.
It's not
Wow.
happening. It's going to be so bad.
I know. Well, you know what? There's nothing like something screwing it up to give us an icebreaker before we start a show. Like, that's our thing.
I mean, truly.
But are you loose now? Because I am.
Yeah. That shit was funny.
But you know what else is going to get us loose? Our pink champagne for our cheers. I washed these.
Oh, well, thank you.
And also, in true poor people fashion, trying to be rich, I left the Tiffany stickers on there that I never even noticed I left on there. So there's that.
I love it.
That's poor people trying to do rich people things.
Classy.
Welcome. Right.
Welcome to the show. Literally, we have been asked to do video since we started this shit and never wanted to. But here we are.
If I break a nail doing this, we're going to fight.
Okay. Well,
Oh, there we go. If this thing pops, I want it to be like a good little poke.
okay.
Like Champagne and Chanel's farts.
I mean, let it.
Remember Tula and Toots?
Gosh, do I ever? I still wish that we could go back to that episode. That was a great one.
That was a great episode. Like, whoever would have thought that we were going to do content and talk on the podcast about what a bib's farts sounded like.
And I'm pretty sure that was episode like 3 or 4.
It literally was
Tula and Toots.
3, I think. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic. Well, you know, the set's pretty much done. We've got a few things that we're going to tweak. So you might see a little bit of change here or there.
This always makes me. Oh, that was a good one.
Bitch. That was a great sound.
All right. This is, sorry, this is sparkling rosé, but it was pink. So, and it was a beautiful bottle.
It
so
is beautiful.
Naturally, I wish I had a raspberry or something to put it in. Raspberry.
Jalapenos.
I got them.
It's okay.
I should have.
We're already recording.
We should have did a jalapeno in there. Oh, I ain't going to go get them. All right. We're cheersing. Hold on. We don't want to spill it on the new rug.
We definitely don't. We'll cheers into your mic.
Oh. Come over. That's a nice cheers.
That
Cheers,
was.
y'all.
That was. Tastes good.
Not bad.
Tastes like success.
That tastes like a real, does he not realize that we are doing our first live, not live. I keep wanting to call it live because of the video.
It feels
aspect.
live.
It does feel live because you can't go back. But Mike is out there mowing, which I find to be quite selfish.
Where's your child? Isn't
Riding
he
on the mower
deck?
with him.
Is
They're
he?
riding, yeah.
Aw, that's cute.
It
then.
is really cute.
We'll let it go. Okay, one more sip.
Oh, that
Honestly, I'm surprised I can even drink after this weekend.
Yeah, you had, let me tell you, I told Spencer I had a hangover watching her stories, and y'all probably did too. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So we went to Carolina Beach, and we stayed in like the cutest Airbnb.
It was totally my vibe. Love that
It
bathroom.
was like very, very white, lots of like pops of color and pink, and they have this like flamingo paintings everywhere, and the bathroom was like
obsessed. I saw your picture.
everything.
It
was so cute, super cute, very nice. We each had our own room and bathroom, which
Oh, nice.
love that for us.
Yeah.
And the first night we stayed at home. We made jewelry.
Cute.
I cooked everybody a beautiful pasta dinner with some chicken. I have never stayed at an Airbnb where they didn't leave a single spice anywhere in the house.
Oh, really? There was nothing?
Nothing.
Not even pepper and salt?
Not even pepper and salt. We scoured every cabinet in that house. There wasn't a thing. I was like,
Would you have to do Instacart, like your spices?
literally. I'm like, what do
that's
they
rude.
just like
Please
taste
leave that on the
everything
review.
and people leave? Like,
I
it's
always
weird.
leave condiments, especially unopened stuff, and we always leave our spices.
Right.
That's
I've
wild.
never been to an Airbnb where they didn't have just like basic spices in the kitchen.
Salt and pepper goes on literally everything.
It was cleaned out. It was cleaned out like literally the owners
Somebody
just
robbed
take
'em.
everything that they leave.
Maybe somebody robbed them.
Maybe.
They're like, I'm taking all these spices. Paprika, you're coming home with me.
Literally. But anyways, the house was gorgeous. We stayed home. We made this beautiful dinner. We had fun. We made bracelets. We chit-chatted. Day 2, we chartered a boat. Mm-hmm. So we did that for 4 hours with Captain Thomas, who was awesome. And actually, it was funny because he starts talking on the boat ride because we were in like a no-wake zone.
Yeah.
So he's talking about the different houses, and he was like, and this house here is one of the largest that you're going to find on the inlet. He starts talking about the Carolina Experience house that MB stayed in.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, which house? And he pointed at it, and I was like, well, damn, I know that house.
Like, we need to book that house.
Yeah. So I sent her a picture, and I was like, guess where I am? She was like, shut up. I'm so jealous.
Oh, that house is freaking amazeballs.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that looks just like the house. I said, is that house managed by the Carolina Experience? And he was like, yeah, it just recently became available for rent. And I was like, I know that
I already
house.
know that house, Captain Thomas.
Captain Thomas, I already know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had found this. We were looking for places to go that were within walking distance of our Airbnb, obviously, because we all wanted to drink.
Yeah.
And so I found this place that was a karaoke bar called Buzz's on the Beach.
Okay.
When I tell you, I felt at home.
You did.
Well, not right away.
Okay. You didn't walk in the place and like get the vibe, or you like walked in and you're like looking around and you're like, these are my people?
Well, the first night we walked in, and of course we dressed like we were going to a freaking club, but naturally. And so we walk in, and this guy is standing right in front of the door, and he starts corralling us into the corner. And we were like,
What?
Okay. And then he was like, oh, that's never worked before.
That's actually really funny.
It was hilarious, but I was so confused at first. I was like, why are we being like ushered to the back corner of the bar? It was just because him and his old friends were sitting back there, and they wanted us to come sit.
Yes.
And he was so pleased with himself.
That is so funny that it worked, because he's like, these girls are never going to do it. And then y'all are like, sure. Y'all could have easily been kidnapped. You basically were. You were basically kidnapped.
In the back corner of the karaoke bar. Anyways, but long story short, we had so much fun the first night. We were like, we're coming back here the second night.
Yeah.
Drinks were cheap. I still somehow managed to have $100 tab night 2, and the drinks were literally $3 and $5.
Yeah,
a
those
piece.
are the best. Those types of beach bars where it's like, you can get a $2 Bud Light or something.
Yeah.
The best. Maggie, if you're going to be in here, you're not going to be able to like do this. And Gage is barking, and this is unfortunately just not something that we're going to be able to cut and splice out. So
Nope.
This is my blood pressure getting higher, if you can see.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was like $3 Bud Lights and then shots and our drinks. I mean, he was charging
How many shots did you rip?
I don't know.
We ripped 3 with you on stories.
Is
right?
that all that I storied?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
3.
there was a lot.
Wow.
I had $100 tab. And the girl that was doing all the shots with me, Hayley, she also had $100 tab.
They juked y'all. You think
No.
they like saw it? They're like, I had $20 to it.
It was
$100.
$100 tabs. It was.
Hope you
at
took
one
some
point-
liquid IV.
Many.
Okay.
And I slept with a jar of pickles next to my bed.
For the cramps.
Yeah.
Got to get those cramps. Got to stay ahead of them.
Yeah, gotta stay ahead of them. It was so bad. The security brought out a fan at one point, like a high-powered fan, and just blasted Hayley and I with
Because y'all are getting so steamy. I love it.
because we were sweating so bad. Oh my god. No. And then we went shopping like day 3. It was a lot of fun. I honestly, not that I went in thinking I wasn't going to have a good time. I did, but I had a lot more fun than I was expecting.
Yeah, those are good. That's like the best kind of trip when you're going in with like lower expectations. Not that the company that you're with is going to make it that way, but like you're already just like, your ankle was busted or your foot was messed up. You're like, crap, like this sucks, timing. But you cut a rug. That foot didn't give any problems. No resistance.
You should have seen my feet when we got home.
Swollen.
I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
You look like me when I was pregnant.
Worse. They were absolutely huge. And everybody was like, oh my God, you need to put your feet up. And I was like, I'm going to bed soon. It's fine. Yeah. But I do have a housekeeping tip for all of you that I thought I'd share, because we did, one of the bride has a lot of allergies, so she's very limited in what she can eat. So we cooked at home a lot. Yeah. Pretty much every meal we cooked at home. Mm-hmm. And night 2, we made burgers and fries and whatnot, and we put the tray on the... Oh.
Listen, sorry. You continue telling your story. Worst case scenario is Mike cracking 2 tiles within 24 hours of us getting them, and they're here to repair it. So now they're here and they need me. So continue your story. This is real life. Y'all want to see behind the scenes? This is behind the scenes.
This is why we haven't done video. Okay. Well, anyways, the tray, we put a tray of, I think it was like French fries, tater tots, something like that. It was hot, whatever it was. We folded a towel. We put it on the table. All was good. The next day we went to move it, and it had left like this white mark on the table. And we're like, great. Like, now we're going to get charged for this friggin' cheap ass table, whatever. Well, no, because we're problem solvers. So we get on the Googler and we find that you can mix a solution of toothpaste and baking soda. It's one part shit. I think it's 1 part toothpaste, 2 parts baking soda, or it might be the opposite. I'm gonna have to look into this, but it's toothpaste and baking soda for sure. And you make this paste and then you smear it on the spot. You leave it on for a few minutes and then you take it off and you do it again. You have to do it a few times. Lifts that shit right up. So that was really a win for us in the homemaking book. But I will say my friend, well, Elaine, you guys know Elaine, she tried it and it didn't work so well for her because she smeared it all over the table, so it started lifting the finish. So if this happens to you and you need to use the mixture, then you should really just put it on the spot. And that's it. I'm just going to keep telling you guys about my trip because she's still doing the tiles. So anyways, on the boat, Carolina Beach was a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie. But on the boat, it was absolutely beautiful. Thomas, Salty Ventures, free plug. I'm into free plugs. I don't have my partner here to stop me, so free plugs. Salty Ventures, Thomas, he was awesome. Let's see, what else?
Okay. We're back. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay. Hi. Okay, so Gaga, our beloved babysitter, has been in and out of the ER the past 2 days because she's allergic to pumpkin spice. This is what happens when people drink it early.
No, is she actually allergic to pumpkin spice?
So a few days ago, well, last week, at the end of last week, she switched out her Pura with like white something pumpkin, like the scent.
Okay.
And within like the day, she's like, God, I kind of feel weird, but whatever. So by that night, she had broke out all in hives and like was having some type of crazy reaction, right? So
the white pumpkin, is that the Pura brand plug-in, or is it like by somebody? Like white pumpkin by somebody?
No clue.
Okay.
So I was trying to see exactly which one it was, but she said that, so she went to the ER, or the urgent care originally. Then they transported her by ambulance to the ER because it was a major reaction, like an allergic reaction, the EpiPen, like the whole 9 yards. And
oh my God.
Right. So she said that the little EMT was like, well, girl, you might be the first person taken out by a pumpkin spice latte. And I'm like, oh my God. She's like, well, it wasn't a drink. It was like my air freshener.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday that she was there. Right.
I mean, it's not funny.
I told her, I was like, this is what happens when people try to celebrate fall before fall. Like, this is what happens, y'all. It's serious. It's like a serious thing.
Your life depends on it.
Right. Like, do you want to carry around an EpiPen before September 22nd? Then don't mess with pumpkin. You cannot F with a pumpkin until after. I don't make the rules. I follow that one. So then she went back this morning. She texted me like 6 a.m. She's like, I'm on the way back because now she's having trouble breathing. And her husband even changed out like air filters and did everything. And so
that is wild.
It is so wild. But then midday today.
Oh no.
Yeah. She said she got bit by something in the scalp. It wasn't pumpkin spice. I was like, no.
So
I wish I didn't even know
never
that.
Pumpkin spice the whole time?
No, they think she got bit by something. So she said it was pumpkin spice. I mean, it wasn't pumpkin spice, but it was. It was pumpkin spice. I'm like, I wish I never would have saw that update. I'm glad you're okay. But I never wish I would have saw that update until after we recorded because that was perfect. I was like, I'm talking about this on our show because naturally that just kind of goes with the timing and the vibe. But so be careful out there because you know what? We're not really sure. Maybe it was a spider bite. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it really was the pumpkin spice.
I mean, never say never.
Never say never.
Although I will say I've had lots of pumpkin stuff already this year and I'm just fine.
You're loving?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to enjoy pumpkin in about 10 days. Perfect. 10 days. Somebody asked on Swiping Up what my first thing is that I'm going to do. And I got to think of something good. I got to come out pumpkin spice slinging. So we'll see. Yeah. Wow. Okay. This episode has been a whirlwind, but we're working through it. We're trying to figure it out. So we have a couple little, I don't even know what we're going to call this segment. We got to think of something cute. We got to really get in our groove, but the post is opening this weekend or this week, I should say. Tons of bibs are going. I saw that Jen Reed was going to go, but I guess Remy has a stomach bug. 'Tis the season. It is definitely stomach bug season. Keep the cooties away. So that, I'm sure we're going to see tons of stories for that. I'm actually excited to see their stuff. I love a boutique. Like, I hope it's different things. Like, I hope it's not a typical, like,
my guess
cutter
is
boutique.
It will be. And they probably are only going to carry small, medium, large. So I'm out. I'm not interested, but good for them.
But you never know. What if it isn't? Maybe it won't be.
We'll see.
We'll see. TBD.
Cross that bridge when we come to it.
That's right. We're standing on the edge. We're going to cross it soon because it's going to be this week. And we're going to be bombarded with stories. Okay. Marky's kidney stone saga. So do we even follow Laura Beverlin? I don't know. She doesn't pop up for us like on Swiping Up, and I don't follow her.
I don't think so.
So Marky,
but I did hear about the kidney stone.
Right. Well, we all did because we don't follow her and we know all about the kidney stone. So I guess Marky got a kidney stone. There were some issues with like IVF. She had to postpone that treatment or whatever she was going through, which I do feel for her.
Wait, because of the kidney stone?
I guess she had to like postpone some things that they were getting done. Yeah. So that was like the first piece of it. And then I guess the second piece is that she storied him with his kidney stone. Like add that to things that we don't ever need to see and like
But
watch.
Here's the thing. I was telling Wendy this before we started recording. Kidney stones, even big kidney stones, are tiny.
Right.
They're so little.
They're like 4 millimeters.
Like, people are talking about it as if he was holding like, you
A
know,
rock.
right, like a chunk
Right.
of concrete. Like
your diamond ring is bigger than the kidney stone. Relax.
right. Like even the biggest of kidney stones. Like I don't think people realize,
Right.
like, yes, they cause extreme pain, but I don't think people
course.
realize like
How tiny.
how much pain can come from a teeny tiny
Oh my
little
gosh.
thing. Like,
right. It's like putting a hot dog through a whatever the analogy is for that.
I'm being thrown a hot dog down a hallway.
Yeah. The opposite of that. That's what a kidney stone is. But of course, because like I told you, Mike had one. I know you said Robbie gets them like frequently.
Yeah, gets chronic kidney stones. That's how we found out that he had cancer.
Right. So
From kidney
Mike
stones.
had his first kidney stone maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and you would have thought he was dying. Honest to God, like he was laying out in the ditch. My mom was out there. Thank God my mom was here that night because she stayed with Fisher where I took him to the ER. And I think they said it was 4 millimeters. Like, how many carats is that? Is that a carat?
No.
Let's talk in the. I'm like, can you please tell me?
Compare that
Is
to
this
a
half
diamond
carat?
for me.
Right. But he was in so much pain, and they were like, oh, well, you need to just like walk around with a mesh little colander. Mike's like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't even think he finished his medication, which he's playing with fire, because if that thing pops back up, then he's going to be in some kind of pain. But either which way, if y'all want to see Marquise kidney stone, perhaps maybe she saved it to a highlight. I don't know, but
I mean, I'm dying to know what he held, because wouldn't it be fucking funny if like they just grabbed a piece of gravel from their driveway and it's like, look at the stone, because that's the type of shit that they do. They'll capitalize on anything.
oh yeah, for sure.
You know, allegedly. So
Allegedly, let's cover our tracks with that.
So it seems.
So it seems.
What else? Anything else that you did this week? Anything fun?
What did I do this week? Oh, I had two weddings this weekend, which my whole week last week, my work week was.
You did 2 weddings in 1 week?
Yeah. And I don't really ever do wedding hair anymore because I don't know. I don't like overly enjoy weddings for some reason. I used to love to do them, but now I just don't. Mm-hmm. And like my work week last week was like the worst work week I've had in a very long time. And not because of anybody, but like my schedule, there was like holes everywhere, but then there was like a lot of movement, like people needing to come 30 minutes later, 15 minutes earlier, which is usually fine. But then Mike was out of town one of the days, so I had to figure out Fisher. It was just like so many like moving pieces. And I was like, I couldn't be at ease any day. I was like, this freaking sucks. And then Friday, I don't usually work Fridays. I went in and did my sister-in-law and 2 of her friends. And then I had a wedding later that day in Apex. And then Saturday, I had a wedding that it was just a lot. But that sounds so stupid to say.
No, it doesn't.
But it was just like one of those weeks that just feel like scribble scrabble.
Yeah, your weeks you have certain days that you work. Like your week is pretty regimented. Right. So, I mean, I get it.
And maybe that's what it is I hate that it was so thrown off from like my normal schedule that I feel like I couldn't like get into a groove because there was no groove to get in last week. And I just hate that feeling.
I hear you.
But,
it's okay.
You know, I was not very fluid last week. Sorry. And we were also like trying to get our studio set up too. It was like things were coming one at a time. Like we ordered it all together and we were so excited. And then it was like the couch came.
What? Right. It was like one piece.
Yes.
One piece.
And then your boom arm was messed up. So then the boom arm came and then the tables came and then I had like crap everywhere. My house is so chaotic right now. And I think that is probably a good portion of why my anxiety, like I feel so on edge because like I have freaking pads in our studio room over on the floor right now. Like it's driving me crazy. Like all of our
those are some pretty hefty pads.
Girl,
too.
I found my postpartum ones.
Those are the kind of pads that I need to use when I have my clots.
Take them all. You know how you do it? You crack it and you shake it. Oh, on video. That's terrible to do that.
It's fine. Crack it and shake it
up, baby. I actually put one on Gage's arm yesterday because he had a little sore arm, so I just like taped a little pad around it. Take them seriously. They're
no, I'm not talking about those.
Oh.
With your witch hazel and all the weird shit?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the big Mama Jumbo.
You don't want a cooling pad while you're on your period? It's nice.
But when I'm hemorrhaging jellyfish?
It's attached to a huge pad. Because when you have a baby, you hemorrhage like a stuck pig.
Oh.
It would be good. It's a heavy duty pad with a cooling pack on it.
I'll try it.
It is the Escalade of pads, girl. This ain't no Corolla. This ain't no Hyundai.
No Hyundais. No Hyundais here.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, what the hell? I just had a day like that. Actually, thank God I started my period before we left for the Bachelorette, and then
were you on it like while you were gone?
No, I thought I would be, but because I can always tell when it's going to be really bad.
Yeah.
And my cramps were horrendous. I mean, I was doubled over at work and my coworker was like, are you okay? And of course it's a man. So I'm like, yeah, feminine problems. Like, what am I going to say? Like, I'm fine theoretically, but I was literally doubled over in pain. And I was like, this is going to fucking suck because this is going to ruin the whole Bachelorette for me. And then nothing. I didn't have anything. Dang. And then the day I got back, I was hemorrhaging jellyfish into the toilet. Oh my God.
So. Let me tell y'all something. After COVID, aren't you glad we did this whole camera thing?
Yeah.
Hold on. Just to make sure if you need to sign it up. I'm throwing you some curveballs, some easy little layups in there. Ever since I had COVID 2 months ago, my period's been all jacked up. But I guess that's a normal thing, my doctor said.
You said that, and I've heard other people say that. Mine's just always
Jacked up.
weird. But anyways, what do you say we get into some half-assed headlines?
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. These are brought to you by Java House. Java House cold brews all of their coffee because it makes a better tasting cup that is smooth and flavorful with no bitterness. Cold brewing is a process of slowly steeping roasted coffee grounds in chilled water for 12 to 24 hours. The result is flavor-forward coffee without distracting bitterness. Cold water gently extracts flavor from the beans for reduced bitterness. Instead of scorching their beans in hot water for a few minutes, they brew for 12 to 24 in the chilled water, and that gives you the ideal smoothness. Styles include pods, on tap, and bottled concentrate. All of these focus on ease and convenience. You can pour a quick cup over ice or create cafe-styled lattes from home with ease. Java House promotes creating delicious and affordable coffee from home so you can skip the coffee shop drive-through line and still get a craft cup of cold brew. And when I tell you that it is actually delicious coffee.
It's really good.
I brought it to the Bachelorette. We drank it there.
Did you?
I have it here with me today. Yeah, it's so good. I already placed an order for more. It's delicious.
So yum. It is. And it's really convenient too. I'm like, yeah, sign me up. The cold brew in the fridge is the way to go. That is the move. You need a
And you're
cold
not
brew
even
on
a
tap.
cold brew gal.
Right. Exactly. So that's saying everything.
And the cool thing that I didn't realize with the pods, because I was like, how does a cold brew pod work?
Yeah. You pour it in over
You
it.
literally
like a
just
cup.
pour it
Yeah.
in over ice.
I know.
Like, so freaking convenient.
Yep. And when you do it in a Keurig, which I did the other day, it kind of freaked me out for a second because I put it in and it punctures, obviously, the pod. So if you don't have a cup, it will leak out. I'm telling you from experience. Don't do that. Put your cup under it because it punctures it.
Yeah, 'cause
mine
it's
leaked out
liquid
everywhere.
already.
The first one did. And so then I put my cup under it. And when it's brewing, I thought something was wrong, but it comes out really dark. And then you'll see the water come behind it. Like, because there's nothing else. It like,
Because it's a concentrate.
right. So it made sense. I was like, what did I do? So then I like looked it up on their website. No, it's just put your cup under it. Pro tip.
Oh,
I was
very
like,
good.
coffee everywhere.
Love
fine.
that. Java House is a small business with a great product, and they're offering Swiping Up listeners 10% off your order when you use code Swiping Up. Go to javahouse.com and enter code Swiping Up at checkout for 10% off your entire order.
Do it. You won't regret it.
Perfect.
All right. So several people messaged us this. There is always like so much like curiosity around any bib money conversation ever. So Forbes released their 2022 list of top creators, which included number 22, Danny Austin, with a whopping, what was it, $8 million last year?
Hold on. I figure we could go through some of the top
Yeah.
ones that we saw.
It was wild.
Danny is 22 and she made, so total followers across all platforms, 2.3 million. Earnings in 2021, 8.2 million. Her average engagement, 5.17. And they give everybody on the list an entrepreneur score of 1 to 3, 3 being the highest. And they did give Danny a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's cool because each person, I guess they do a video interview too. So you can go through and watch them on video. But something interesting that I heard is that part of the process of applying to be on the list or be considered for the list.
Oh, you have to apply to be on it?
Yes.
Why didn't we?
I don't know. I guess probably because we'd have to turn over our tax returns.
We made 100 million pennies last year. I mean, God,
rich.
you're so rich.
But you had to turn over like proof of income.
Yeah.
And I guess the creators weren't told that would be published as part of it.
Stop.
They thought it was like a qualifier. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, I think probably some people turn it over with the assumption it's Forbes, that they're going to share some of
Forbes
that
is like
information.
very transparent with any type of number figures.
Right. But I guess that part was never actually disclosed, that they would be releasing that. So
Damn.
just curious. But yeah, 8.2 million for her.
Which
for
is
her
what-
2021 earnings.
But Divvy has brought in $23 million already. Divvy launched in August.
Sales to date.
Didn't it just launch in August?
Oh, that long ago. I mean,
What?
it was.
I low-key want to try Divvy. Actually, it's not even low key. I don't know why I said that. Trying to be cool. I want to try Divi. Several people were asking me after I had COVID if I had tried Divi, and I was like, no, I haven't. I did the Wella. Like, I've been using the Wella one. And I've also been taking vitamins and stuff, and I can definitely see growth, but I started taking those vitamins like a couple months ago, and I have like that much. I had lost a lot of hair for some reason. I don't even know why. Stress, maybe. Whatever. Maybe I had COVID and didn't know before. But I kind of want to try Divi. There's got to be something to it.
There's so many products out there that are similar. I think it's easy to be skeptical of them.
Yeah. I have a client that uses it.
She's to have that much. I mean, yes, I know she's very
influential,
powerful influencer. But there's got to be something to it. If she's doing that much in sales so quickly.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing. Like, I had a client and she's using it and she said it does not make her hair greasy. She's like, it smells really nice, like almost like a pepperminty tea tree type of situation. She's like, I really like it. She's like, I don't know that my hair is going to like grow like Rapunzel, but she's like, I definitely feel like it's like doing something to my scalp. She's like, I don't have buildup. I don't have any of that gunk there. So it's doing something, but I kind of want to try it.
You should. You should. And you should report back.
I should report back to the people.
Okay, so do we want to go through like a few of like the people we know?
I was going to say, go through maybe the ones that we are like familiar.
I do want to talk about number 1 on the list, Jimmy Donaldson, but he's more commonly known as Mr. Beast.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Mr. Beast?
Not until I read the list, no.
Okay, so I had never heard of Mr. Beast until probably like 6 months ago or so.
Okay.
And every Saturday we all get lunch together at work. And so one of the girls suggested Mr. Beast. And I was like, what the hell is that? And apparently he's a YouTuber.
Okay.
But when COVID...
It's huge.
Yeah. When COVID first came about, he's very philanthropic. And he's big on small business. And so he basically made a business where he was creating Mr. Beast kitchens in smaller mom and pop restaurants so that they could still make money and get money. And
that's really cool.
There's a lot to it. If you look up Mr. Beast kitchens, you can read a lot more about it. But yeah, he's got 162 million followers across all platforms,
right?
Which is crazy. An entrepreneurship score of 3, and in 2021 he made $54 million.
Damn, Mr. Beast, what's up? Like, tell us your secrets.
Right. So anyways, I just wanted to mention him because he's somebody that uses his platform for a lot of good.
Yeah.
And I think anybody like that needs to be recognized.
Absolutely.
So number 2 was Charli D'Amelio. So she's the number 1 followed person on TikTok. Why, I still don't know, but
I can never understand that. I feel like Addison Rae is more like more interesting than Charli is for some reason, because Addison Rae comes with like, at least you get some drama with it. You just get
she's got some drama. We're just a little old for the drama.
True.
We're more like in line with Addison's parents.
Right. So maybe that's why we're like, her parents are our age. Great. Let's read about them. I just feel like Addison Rae is just more interesting or something. I don't know. But
I get that. I don't get it. But
she's doing something right.
Right. So she made $17.5 million. She has 203.7 million followers.
She's 18, mind you.
Literally. Yeah. So she has a lot of different things. She's got her Hulu show. She has a clothing line. So
I feel like that is definitely what you have to do nowadays. Like, you can't just be a TikToker. You cannot just be an influencer. You got to have something. And if you have that many people following you, it doesn't matter what you're selling. People are going to buy it. Like, it's kind of someone said something the other day that was very interesting. It's like, bibs really aren't like a small business because they're coming with so many people to support them already. And I'm like, I never really thought about it like that, but it's kind of true. You have like built in people that are probably going to buy your product.
Yeah.
You know?
I think when you're relying on commissions and brand deals, that doesn't make you it doesn't make you an entrepreneur. Right. You work for yourself, but you're not an entrepreneur. Right. And there is a difference.
Oh, absolutely. There is a difference.
So number 3 was Alex Cooper. Alex Cooper, she's got 3.6 million followers. She made $20 million. Obviously, she has her Spotify deal, $60 million for 3 years. So she's probably made more than that, but $20 million was her Spotify money. Her engagement is almost 16%.
It's wild.
That's crazy, insane. Especially when you look at Charli's is 2%.
Yeah. Which don't let engagement rates deter anybody then, because our little 0.54 or whatever it is, swiping up engagement rates sucks so bad from like a post, like a static feed posting. But like in our DMs,
Our
where it
stories,
matters,
right.
where it matters, it does not suck.
Yeah,
but
post engagement blows. So, you know, you guys could like throw us a bone once in a while.
Like our stuff, just like it, just comment on it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Let me see. Emma Chamberlain was at number 5, $12 million last year.
Wait, number 4, Elliot. How do you say that? Tabelli or Tabell?
Oh yeah, fuck Jerry.
Yes, I recognized him immediately. I was like, oh dang! I just remember your little memes circulating 10 years ago. Although they're still around, but he's doing it. 20 million, it's fine.
For a guy that started
memes.
making memes,
Right? And I'm not like downplaying that because that's a huge thing, but it's pretty wild.
No, it is wild. Okay, Huda Katan, she has the Huda makeup line. She made 13 million last year, which I'm actually surprised it was only that. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 8 I thought was interesting. I don't even know how to say his name. KB Lane, something like that.
It's like Hobby Lame, yeah.
Do you know who he is?
I do not.
Okay, so he went crazy viral on TikTok.
Was it the corn kid?
No, it's corn. No, I wish.
Did you see that they made a wedding march to that?
What?
A wedding march, like someone is walking down the aisle. No, it's not even the music. It's just the wedding march. It's like down, 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 down. However the tune is.
No, but I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
No, he did reaction videos and went crazy viral. He would basically just sit there like stone faced, and while people were doing their videos, like stupid shit. You know, like a great example would have been like, when Kendall Jenner was cutting the cucumbers like this, then he would let the video play out and then he would grab a cucumber and just slice it like normal. Like, this is how you do it, you moron.
Yes.
But he never says a word.
Right.
Anyways.
Those are really funny.
I thought, and that really just happened like last year. So the fact that he has 231 million followers and made $10 million, insane. Insane.
Whenever I hear stuff like this, I'm like, what? How? What?
Whose dick do I have to suck?
Whose dick does she have to suck for us to get $10 million? I'll take 1 million. Can you live off 500K?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take $1 million for that.
I've sucked dicks for a lot less than that.
Right. She's your girl.
She's your
Damn. We're just trying to go on a casual vacay.
Just FYI, Wendy's not going to take one for the team and suck a D.
I'm not. Sorry. I know that comes as no surprise to y'all.
Then I think I should get $750.
$650 and you got a deal. Right?
Perfect. You arrange it.
Listen, you're going to go a lot further than me, trust me. Because as soon as they hear that, they're going to be like, all right.
Hey. Number 9, your girl, Addison.
She is not my girl. But are you surprised at her 8.5 mil?
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Like, I thought that would be more. Because Charlie was what, 10?
17. Oh.
Yeah. I feel like maybe I'm that uncool that I just think I just hear the names and I'm like, aren't they the same? But it's not tomato. It's nothing of the sort.
I think Charlie's got a better machine behind her. Like pushing her, opening brands.
Addison's parents aren't good machines. Still in the thunder. She would have made more money if they wouldn't have stole some of the spotlight.
Literally. But I didn't know that she's got partnerships with Pandora, Vital Proteins, American Eagle. She's got a Netflix deal. She also has a cosmetics line called Item Beauty, which I've never tried. Oh. Because to me, it just looked cheap. But
like NYX or something.
Yeah.
I like certain NYX. So
listen, I'm sure it's got a place, but it just wasn't what I was interested in.
Right. It's got a place, not on our face. We're old. We can't use the
It's
BS.
got a place, not on our face. Love that. Patrick Starr was at 14, $15 million. Love him too. Now his makeup line, I did just order some stuff. It's called One Size, and I'm really excited to try it. It's all over TikTok. People are like beauty influencers are raving about it. Saying it's like the new like rare beauty, like yeah.
What'd you order? Like foundation or like
I ordered a contour stick, a concealer, and I think I got something else. What else did I get? It was either like
like price point. What is the price point?
It's not drugstore price point, but it's not super expensive either. It's like not Patrick Ta, but it's
not like CoverGirl.
Right.
Although CoverGirl has gotten real steep. I was in CVS the other day and I was
drugstore makeup is way more expensive than I thought it would be.
Right. Why are we paying $15 for eyeshadow when it's CoverGirl? I mean, maybe eyeshadow CoverGirl is where it's at and we don't know. Maybe we're sleeping on it. But I'll
keep sleeping. It's fine.
Right. I was very surprised. Didn't that used to be like $3? Oh, inflation. Duh.
I think it's more than inflation. No, I will say there are some drugstore products that
of course,
are worth the money. I found one when we were in Dallas, like a foundation.
I'm feeling really bougie, by the way.
Awesome. You should, out of your Tiffany's with the sticker class. Oh,
didn't even mean to have my pinky out. I just looked down and I was like, oh,
there we are. Natural. Okay, one more.
Well, you said you found something in Dallas.
Oh, I did.
CoverGirl. You found a makeup.
Oh, yes.
What was it?
It was a foundation, and I'll have to share it on stories.
Yeah.
Because when I sweat like a beast that day of our show in Dallas. And I got home and it was like, my makeup still looked pretty good. And
you used that for the day of the show?
I used that on the day of the show.
And we were cutting a rug.
That's what I mean. Like we were sweating.
We were sweating.
And we had our makeup on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great. And it really was not that expensive. It was like $14. And at the time I was like, I'm going to pay $14 for like a drugstore foundation.
And it ended up being good.
And it ended up being great.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
I would buy it again. Okay, so 16, I know you'll appreciate this, was Bad Baby. $51 million.
Like how?
$51 million. She does only have an entrepreneurship score of 1.
No.
Because OnlyFans is really her only business.
And it grew overnight. It grew over the day, over lunch.
Literally.
Literally did.
But like, good for her.
Good for her.
You know, she took her life as being known as the cash me outside girl.
She caught a lot of shit for that.
And
she's cashing outside.
She sure is.
So the joke's really on us. The joke is for everyone 100%. Else. The joke is on Dr. Phil. Does she make more than him now? Because can you imagine?
Probably. Oh my gosh.
You have to Google that.
I know net worths are never accurate online, but I gotta
we can get a baseline. It's got to be somewhat sort of on point.
No, he's got her.
Oh, does he?
Well, according to the interwebs, his net worth is $460 million. So she's got
Dr. Phil.
She's got a little ways to go, but
hey, a couple more days on OnlyFans. The sky's the limit.
His salary is $80 million. It's according to this. But this is celebritynetworth.com, so it's probably not worth it.
It's probably a little inflated.
Yeah. But I'm going to
keep cashing them outside, girl.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Damn, Dr. Phil, you're onto something. Mm-hmm. Any more worth mentioning? Nah. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there are, but for the sake of time, nah.
Well, we just don't know how this is going to go. I just want to keep giving you, just in case you get like lost or whatever, just to help you out. Girl, I got you. She's our brains behind the operation. So if it doesn't add up.
P-brain. It's going to be bad. Just warning you.
Stop it. Kris Pine and Harry Styles.
Oh my gosh.
The spit felt around the world.
I've never cared so much and so little about a movie ever in my life.
I don't even care about the movie. I've never cared so much about saliva in my life. I'm like, did you spit on him?
Wait, but have you kept up with any of the drama around this movie?
I only know that like there was drama over Olivia, what's her face? Wilde. And then like, I guess who was seeing her? Harry Styles and her together now.
Yes.
Did she cheat with him?
No.
Allegedly-ish? Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, then fill me in because no, obviously I don't know.
Okay, well, so Cliff Notes. Shia LaBeouf was cast in the movie for the role that Harry Styles is playing.
Got it.
So Shia has an abusive history and lots of issues there. And the girl, Florence Pugh, who plays the leading lady in the movie, something happened. I don't know what specifically, but it basically ended up being that she was upset that she was having to work with Shia. I don't know if something happened between the two of them.
Gotcha.
But he quit the film. Well, Olivia Wilde was going around telling everybody that she fired him. She's a woman protecting women and blah, blah, blah. And that she couldn't have him on the set. She couldn't have Florence feeling like unprotected, blah, blah. Like made it this whole like thing. And Shia, and you know what? Good on Shia. He released a video that she sent him, like a video text where she's like, Shia. She's like, I'm not ready to quit this yet. Like, if you're willing to come back, like Miss Flo is just going to have to like adjust, whatever. Basically, he just literally handed everybody
the receipt.
She's full of shit. So that was a big thing. And that happened right before they started doing all this press, like Venice Film Festival. Yeah. And, but yes, Harry Styles came on to the film to replace Shia.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's how he ended up being there. But apparently there's been, chaos behind the scenes. And I'm like, I need to see this movie now. One, because if the movie sucks, then I'm going to be like, all of this for that?
Nothing. Right.
But if the movie's good, then the movie's good, and I'll just be glad I saw it.
Right. Okay, so do you think he spit on him? Do you think he's like...
No.
I don't know why I just had a stroke. But I did. I was like, did he...
So basically, if you didn't see it, there's a clip at Venice Film Festival of Harry like coming to his seat, and, which is weird because it's Olivia and then Chris Pine and then Harry.
Yes.
Like, why they're not sitting. It was just, and like the way he acknowledged her was just awkward.
Yeah.
It was very strange. But Chris Pine is seen like clapping, and then Harry goes to sit, and as Chris is like clapping, he stops and he like looks in his lap. So everybody's like, oh my God, Harry.
But he like giggled when he did it. Like he was like one of those like, oh my God.
So, and the only reason I say no, I watched that clip.
Same.
Probably 50 times.
Yeah.
I'm like zooming in. I'm like, I've got to see the spit.
Right.
And it totally does look like he spit on him.
Yeah.
But I saw it from a different angle. Somebody was sitting kind of like behind Olivia. So you saw Harry Styles' face on.
Right.
It does not look at all like he spit.
Okay.
Like not even like pursed his lips. Nothing.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying no. But I mean, for the sake of entertainment, we can say yes.
He did. He spit all over him. She was full of shit and he's full of spit. You know, whatever. I feel like he didn't spit either, but do you think it's for publicity for the film? Because a lot of people are like suspecting like it's to get more like eyeballs on like the film and like all of the
honestly, I don't think they need to do that.
They definitely don't need to do that.
There's so much drama about and talk about this show. And I do think any publicity is good publicity in this case.
Yeah.
Because who was talking about this movie beforehand?
No one.
Right.
Maybe their parents, but outside of that, nobody.
Maybe.
Well, it says that their reps are saying, just to be clear, Harry Styles did not spit on Chris Pine, and there's nothing but respect between the two of these men, and the suggestion otherwise is blatant attempt to create drama that simply does not exist. He is blowing his leaf blower out by the window.
I'm guessing these won't even pick it up, but we'll see.
I sure hope not. But anyway, so I guess.
But has Chris Pine actually come out and said no?
No, but can Chris Pine cut his hair? Sorry, I said it.
Oh, no.
I don't.
I like it.
Maybe if he would highlight it, it wouldn't bother me as bad. But I don't like how the tips are blonde and the top is gray.
I'm into it, actually. I don't know why, but I'm not mad at it.
I feel like if it was... Hair. I love long hair. I love when it pops out from a baseball hat. Super cute. I think it bothers me though his temples are white and the bottom is blonde. Like, just get a highlight. Get a full highlight. Just get a full highlight, Kris. I will do it for free. You don't even owe me anything.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'll throw some foils in that.
Perfect.
No big deal. All.
We'll tag him in this episode.
Right.
Because I'm sure he'll watch.
He will definitely watch because we're gonna tag him obviously on this. Mm-hmm. Let's tag Shia too. Like, let's tag them all.
Sure.
The Queen. It feels like old news, and I hate to say that, but doesn't it feel like so much has passed since then?
Yeah.
God.
Well, and this is gonna be a really hot take.
Oh, I feel it, but let's hit it.
We're talking about a woman who was okay with the murder of her former daughter-in-law so that her son could marry the home-wrecking whore that he was having an affair with. You can't tell me the Queen's hands weren't dirty in that. You cannot tell me. And Princess Di was a gem. And that's a hill I'll die on. Okay?
Oh, totally. I'm dying with you on that hill. But I have a warm take after this.
Okay. So that's and I'm not saying she's dead. Right? It's sad. Okay. She was a woman. She was a woman in power for 70 years. I'm not saying we should totally dismiss everything that she's done. However, the people that are getting bent out of shape, her hands are not clean. We're not talking about a great person here. She's had a crazy, insane amount of power that was clearly abused at different points of her reign of terror. And then the other thing is she also, look at the systematic racism and abuse that Meghan Markle took.
Yeah.
During the first part. I mean, Harry literally left. And the Queen, I know he managed to keep an okay relationship with the Queen.
Yeah.
And I don't know I'm not a royal junkie, so I don't know all the inner workings or I'm sure like anything else, like the American presidency, you've got a face and then you have all the little minions behind the scenes that are really the ones calling all the shots and pulling all the strings.
You're just delivering it. Yeah.
So I'm sure it's no different in the monarchy, but anyways, that was a really hot take. I'm very sad for people's their loss if they loved her, but
you cared.
I also feel like she wasn't a great lady.
Okay, so this is the thing, and most of the time we are pretty. We agree on most stuff, and I agree with some of the stuff you're saying, but this is the thing. So Princess Diana, rest in peace with the Heavenly Father. Like, I love her so much. I feel like she was truly a queen. Like, she was the queen.
Literally.
She is the queen.
People still talk about her and cry over her for a reason.
I remember being in the 5th grade watching her entire funeral.
Me too.
And my mom was devastated. Like, it was such a thing because she was such a beautiful person inside and out. She truly was the most pure-hearted person.
Yeah.
Charles, don't like him. I would spit on him. And there would be no second guesses to it. That being said, it sucks because I remember watching a thing on Netflix a year ago, 2 years ago on the whole royal family thing. It was not the crown of, I can't do that. But it does suck how the royal family, and whether it was Queen Elizabeth or whether it was someone else, they made him marry Princess Diana. He wasn't allowed to marry Camilla. He wanted to marry Camilla, but he wasn't allowed. So he was forced to marry Princess Diana, and she struggled with, she also dealt with abuse even before they got married. And she talked about how she had anorexia and all these eating disorders, and she wasn't able to be happy. They made that happen. And I hate that for her because I do feel like the royal family or somebody behind the scenes set up Dodi Fayed and Diana and absolutely had her killed. And I
100%.
think that is so
Diana
terrible.
wrote about it.
Yes.
Diana wrote about it. She knew that Charles had something planned to do with her car. She was under the impression that her brake lines were going to get cut or something, and that she was going to die from a head wound. Well, she didn't die from a head wound. She died from a chest wound.
Right.
But hello?
Yeah.
Unless she's psychic, she knew what was happening.
Exactly.
But before you finish, I always thought that Diana, I didn't know that he was forced to marry Diana because Diana was never considered worthy of royalty anyways. That was a big part of the issue. I'm confused.
Yeah, they made her, they didn't make him marry her, but he was not allowed to marry Camilla. He was not allowed.
Camilla is trash.
She is trash.
She's not my queen.
But she was also not up to their standards. That being said, the Diana Spencer family, her family, definitely had royal ties.
Okay. I was thinking,
but I don't know all the monarch layout, but she definitely had royal ties. And I don't know why I don't know what it was about her, why they did that, but there is something there.
Okay.
It's not
just have to look into it.
She was not a peasant like us.
No.
She wasn't
a peasant like Meghan.
She wasn't just podcasting in their mom's bedroom. You know what I mean?
No, I knew she wasn't a peasant, but I thought I had always remembered hearing something about her being unworthy or not panning out to be the princess that they expected her to be.
Well, that was probably stemming from the fact that she still went out of her way and did all this good stuff when they wanted certain things. She needed to be using certain charities, and she was like, "No, I'm going to Africa." Well, you're not supposed to go to Africa and help these. You're supposed to do this.
So maybe that was it. Maybe it was just that she rebelled
throughout her reign. Yes, I think that's what it was. But like I said, I watched this whole Netflix thing because I feel like everyone is so enamored with Princess Diana that when she passed, it was this thing, we all were glued. Now the Queen, it is really sad because for whatever reason, the royal family and all of the monarchy. Like, that is really fascinating to me, oddly enough, because it's like, that is something that's like, can you imagine really being a princess or a queen? Like,
No.
we have Disney princesses.
And realistically,
Although I would be Ariel.
Nobody has ever held the title for the length of time that Queen Elizabeth did. But also, we have to think, look who's in line for the throne now. Like, we probably won't be alive to see another queen.
Right.
Like that.
No, we definitely won't.
So.
I mean, damn, Queen Elizabeth was like, she reigned for 70 years. Like,
That's insane.
70. Oh my God, I saw a meme and it said, you're never too old to, what did it say? You're never too old to live out your dreams. Just think Prince Charles just got his first job. I'm like, bitch, who is doing these? The memes have been real good. Have you seen some of these memes that people are doing? Yeah. I saw a TikTok yesterday and it was a girl. I need to repost it. And she was like acting like she was on the phone with Princess Diana. And she's like, oh, what's up, girl? She's in the lobby. Oh, what you gonna say to her? You ain't gonna talk to her? It was so freaking funny. I sent it to my friend, so I'll send it to you. I didn't know if it was too soon for some people, but
oh, well, now you know how I feel about it.
Right. I will definitely send it to you, but it is so funny. But I mean, it's still sad because it was such it's a very
Of course it's sad. People are going to message me and be like, oh my God, you're such an insensitive twat. Maybe I am, but that's how I feel.
If they came to the conclusion, it would have been before now. It's fine. They don't. No. You are right. Like, was she a saint? No. She was no Diana.
Right.
Princess Diana. Yeah. Queen Diana.
She was a queen, not a saint.
True. And she did some dirty stuff. Like, she's been tied to some dirty things, and we don't stand for that. Now, that being said, I guess Meghan Markle and Harry's kids are now like taking the title of the prince. Okay. So they have it.
So weird.
I just can't imagine like being an actual, my kid's in the room. Hey, and Maggie.
Wild. On that note, let's move on to the next headline.
Shall we?
Well,
you can take this one because I know nothing about these sorts of Ray J.
Excellent. So Ray J, Brandy's brother Ray J, is sharing receipts claiming again that Kris and Kim were the ones that orchestrated the release of the sex tape. He does have receipts. He's got,
Wait, he has receipts. Didn't they they planned it, obviously. Like, it was a contract?
Right. So basically, Ray J doubled down on his claims that it was Kris Jenner's idea to release his 2007 sex tape.
Haven't we been saying that?
Well, it's always been part of the rumor mill. Is that
yes?
But like jokingly, and he has
I wasn't ever joking.
Well, I think lots of people weren't, but nobody actually had any proof.
Okay, right.
But he has been steadfast in his claims that yes, she is the one that created the deal. It was never this Ray J leaked it kind of story like they played it out on the beginning of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian series.
It was part of a plan.
Right. So he's doubling down on his claims that it was Kris Jenner's idea to release the 2007 sex tape with her daughter Kim, as he shared a lengthy rant aimed at the family. The 41-year-old singer shared several Instagram posts on Saturday where he threatened to sue both of the stars for defamation and uploaded a shorter clip where he stated, "You have fucked with the wrong person." Ray J's fiery rant came after 66-year-old reality star Kris took a lie detector test on the Late Late Show with James Corden on Thursday and denied that she helped her daughter release the sex tape. On Saturday night, the younger brother of Brandy, Norwood, released a 44-minute video sharing numerous Instagram DMs he exchanged with Kim in April. "You know what we did. Your mom controlled this whole sex tape deal with Joe Francis and Vivid CEO Steve Hirsch. It was her idea to put out the tape with Vivid. All I did was agree to it." So he posts screenshots of their text messages back and forth with one another.
But Kris Jenner, that lying bitch, she passed a lie detector.
So he goes on to say that he's talking about the guy who ran the lie detector.
Uh-huh.
He made another video about him, and he talks about how this guy's a hack, and he has like 22 charges under his name, and that he's known as like the, oh God, what did he call him? I can't remember, but basically just
Scammer.
Yeah.
A lie detector scammer.
Oh, wait, is this it? Oh, here we go. This is it. So he said, this is his caption on his post. You fucked with the wrong black man, Kris Jenner at Kim Kardashian. I don't give a fuck how old this shit is. What you're trying to do to me is almost inhumane and foul at the highest level. Fuck this being just racist. This is wrong to do to anybody. You think you can just fuck people over and get away with it forever. That's where you are wrong. I represent God's army, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, John Grogan is a fake. He's not a polygraph examiner. He is quite accurately known as the polygraph parasite. He's been convicted of 26 counts of fraud and had his PI license pulled from him. And he simply became a world-known polygraph examiner. It's all BS. He never graduated from a polygraph school, and everyone knows him for what he is. And I can't believe he has things to go on a radio show, have people like me listen, and expect not to be disclosed. This is the dude Kris Jenner had taken her lie detector test to make me look like a liar. And what's more sad is the network allowed it to happen. Everybody is getting sued for defamation. You thought Kris and Kim's stories were true, so you ran the story. Fact is, it's completely false. I can't wait to show you the truth. I don't give a fuck what anybody says or feels at this point. You already think I'm a horrible person from what they've been making me look like. I'm going on the biggest rant of my life tonight to clear my name of this negativity and show you how these people are fucking devils. And he has screenshots, and he's talking about how there were 3 videos originally. Mm-hmm. There was one they filmed in Santa Barbara and one they filmed in Cabo. So there's 3 tapes. There's Cabo intro, Cabo tape, and then Santa Barbara. And he's claiming that, and they show the handwriting is all Kim's handwriting. It looks just like it. He shows a screenshot of like her handwriting and then the handwriting of these 3 tapes.
Yeah.
And he's claiming that Kris watched all 3 and selected which one would get released because it gave her the best like angle, publicity, shots, whatever. If that's true, that's fucking sick.
That's so gross. Imagine your mom, the world, seeing your sex tape. Like, it's gone away.
Yeah, so that's
gone away.
Oh.
I'm like, it's gone away. You're like, yeah.
So like that's, okay, so that was what he's claiming she wrote.
Nice handwriting though, by the way.
It's very
Her
nice.
penmanship is great.
Her penmanship is excellent. And then this is her like in a letter to him.
Kimmy,
it looks
your baby forever. Kimmy. Wow.
It looks the same.
Forever. Yes, it is literally the same.
And like, here's the thing, just fucking own it.
At this point, you're famous. At this point, Kris Kardashian
and has
more
money, like more money than
Jenner.
they possibly know what to do with.
Right. You're not going to go broke.
Right. Your riches are not going to go away because you just finally clear this man's name and admit to what you did.
Right. And this is the thing. And this is what I have always said about the Kardashians. Kris Jenner doesn't care. She will sell out anybody, her family, her kids. It doesn't matter. I have always said that about her. And that is exactly why I do not care for the Kardashian family. They're all in on it. They all wanted to be rich and famous, and they got it. They got exactly what they wanted. Yeah. And I have always said that. I stand by that. I'm not saying that they don't have good qualities. Of course.
Everybody has good qualities.
Right.
Even Queenie.
Right. Even
Rip.
Queenie. Right. Rip. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but whatever. It just feels good. Rip. But like, I feel like if you're going to sell out your family like that and go to those extremes, like, I question you as a person, as a mom especially. Like, I would never, you do things to protect your kids, not to like exploit them.
Well, I thought it was bad enough when you saw her like in the early years when she's at Playboy and having Kim post. It's like, okay, that was weird enough.
Right.
But obviously that was like nothing. That was child's play if she was willing to watch 3 of her daughter's sex tapes and then pick the best one.
Right.
What?
Honey, your cheekbones are really great in this one. Let's use that one. Let's use Cabo. Which one do they use? Cabo?
Cabo number 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a dumping Cabo. So
yeah.
I'm glad you're rich.
So fucking weird.
That is really weird. Like that's real icky. But you know what? Over time, it was going to come out. And I'm glad that he did that. I love nothing more than somebody hitting him with the receipts because what are you going to deny at that point? Just like you said, own it and be like, okay, fine.
Well, that's what I mean. Like he's and good on him. Like, it was one thing, and he's said the same thing numerous times through like all his rants. I watched some of them, but I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how, like, it was one thing in the beginning, because Keeping Up with the Kardashians started 7 months after her sex tape was released. Obviously, it was all one big giant plan. Hello.
And is
shows
Kris
don't
not
just
still
like
doing that?
happen.
No, and is Kris not still doing the same things? Yeah, she
Right.
still can. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. How she
Puppet master.
She knows what she's doing. She is not dumb. She knows how to play with the press and do what she needs to do.
Right.
Dang it.
So he was saying it's one thing for you to have done this, you know, way back then. He was like, but now in the Hulu show, when the Hulu show premiered, it was the same thing. The first it was like history repeating itself. It was the first episode was talking about how they were trying to get the sex tape back from Ray J's manager because he was threatening to use it over her, and Kanye was the hero and went and got the laptop, and it was like, are we really doing this again? Like, this many years later? So, and
It worked the first time.
And Ray J said because of that, he came under a lot of heat with like the board. He owns a company called Raycon.
Oh, right.
And he like came under
Wait, the ear things?
I don't know.
Is Ray J the Raycon person that all the bibs share their ear?
Oh, maybe. That might be him.
Oh my God. Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyways, but he had to like basically argue
Like
his
vouch
case in
for
front
himself.
of his yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you already like basically ruined his career back then. Nobody heard shit from Ray J after all that.
No.
Because they made him look like such a bad guy, and now like you're gonna try and do it again this many years later. You have enough shit to like.
Yeah, he took the high road, and that is all you can ask for in that situation. Like, take the high road one time. Well, but
and
not doing it
apparently
again.
like they took money somehow. I don't know all the logistics, but they basically stole money from his mom and Brandy, and like had to settle out of court. And that's something that he's like trying to bring to light, is that like they had a huge lawsuit there, like millions and millions of dollars they had to pay back to his mom. Like, I don't know all the details of that, allegedly, but yeah, so it's wild.
Oh wow.
Anyways,
that's a lot.
Are you ready for our last headline?
Am I?
Okay.
Couldn't be more ready.
Bridal designer Hayley Paige officially changes her name to Cheval amid ongoing legal battle. The designer is not currently allowed to use her former name, Hayley Paige, which served as her identity for her bridal designs with JLM Couture, in any business context. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before on the show.
Have.
It's just freaking wild.
But that's her name, right?
Literally,
Hayley Paige is her name.
Her birth name. And she is not allowed to use it. She's not even allowed to be acknowledged on the internet as Hayley Paige.
I will never understand that.
Yeah.
That just logically does not make sense.
Like, technically, I don't even know. Like, I mean, obviously we're getting this article from People, so I'm assuming it's safe, but I know they have issued cease and desist to other people talking about Hayley Paige, calling her Hayley Paige.
Are we going to get a cease and desist?
I don't know. I hope we do. It'll be our first one.
We'll put our legal team on him.
Yeah. So the former Say Yes to the Dress star announced her new name on Monday on Instagram. So moving forward, I will be officially identifying as Cheval. The designer wrote about her new name, which means horse in French.
I literally Googled Cheval before you got here, and it said horse. I was like, what does this word even mean? I thought it was a word describing. So I didn't realize that was her name.
Yeah.
Cheval.
Cheval. The last 2 weeks have been a whirlwind and then some, but I have been basking in some truly creative and meaningful ideas. I came up with Cheval during a brainstorming session with a couple of business mentors, friends, and family that have absolutely changed the game for me and inspired me to find my silver lining. They would hate a public shout out here, so I'm just going to say, you know who you are, and thank you for helping me giddy up and go.
Aw.
My new name doesn't belong to just me. It's for the trailblazers, the offbeat pathers, the ones who have been kicked around and not sure which way is up, the ones that have gone to HE double hockey sticks and back, the ones that have put their best foot forward regardless of the adversity with which they are met, but they do so with a smile. You have inspired me to keep keeping on. She also revealed her new Instagram handle at @SheIsCheval, which prompted to change her name after court. July 25th upheld a March 2021 preliminary injunction that prevented her from using her @Miss Hayley Paige social media accounts, which I'm pretty sure JLM still uses.
Is she going to have to change her legal name?
legal. Well, that was the whole point of her doing a name change, is she had every intention of changing it legally. So I don't know if that's still
Like,
because she's been thinking about a new name now for well over a year.
Right. Like, but how do you just change your name and you tell your parents, like, I'm not Hayley Paige anymore? Like, you have to call me Cheval Paige.
I know.
Or like,
I don't know.
Whatever. But.
I mean, I guess they can still call her Hayley, like, privately, but publicly.
That is so dumb.
She
That's like that
it.
the road thing that we. More than one person has the same name.
Yeah. But she has a big announcement that I think Thursday she's releasing. So I think she's figured out a way to design clothing. If you look at her Instagram, that's just the feeling I get. And I really hope so.
Okay. Well, we will definitely support her.
Yeah. Love it.
No, I'd love to see it because they really screwed her over. And especially when bigger companies or more powerful people like come at you like that and you're backed into a corner like you were in the bar, like in Beatsy's Buzzes or whatever.
Buzzes.
You know what that was like, Spencer. How did that feel? Not good.
It felt isolating.
Right. It did not feel good. You were backed in the corner with those old men and like, what were you going to do? Change your name?
I did actually. I referred to myself as Svetlana almost exclusively while we were there. None of us, it was so funny. The girls were so paranoid about telling anybody that we were there from Raleigh too.
Why?
I don't know, but they were like, we're from the Triad. We're from the Triad. And people
so they're like, Raleigh? Got it.
Yeah, they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, Triad area. Yeah, Charlotte. Like, they were telling people anywhere but where we were. And then it was a karaoke bar, obviously. So I dedicated a song to Barbara, the bride, but she was like, don't give anybody my government name. So I was like, I'm dedicating this to Hannah.
Hannah. Oh, she could be a Hannah.
I could see a Hannah for her.
Yeah.
And then one of the girls that I was with, she started telling everybody that her name was Becca, which was the name of another girl that we were there with. And Becca was like, why are you telling people my name? She was like, well, it's not my name.
Oh my God. But if someone in the group is still a Becca, then they're just going to assume it's me. That's actually Becca.
Oh God. It was really funny. Made me laugh.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Good times. Well, good for her.
So our third segment for today is an Am I the Asshole segment, and it is brought to you by BetterHelp. I'm all sorts of non-prepared. It can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life, but when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. There are times where I feel bogged down and I feel kind of like paralyzed in my decision-making, and that can be because of a lot of things. It could be just like my mental health. It can be ADHD, exhaustion. Like there's lots of different situations that can cause that. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. Therapy has helped me navigate through a lot of different things: healing, trauma, stressful situations, how to manage my stress, anxiety, relationships.
Literally all the things that we have.
Let me just go down my list.
The
of
laundry
problems.
list of things that we,
But it's true. And we all talk about it all the time. They're a great partner for us. We've heard other like followers and listeners to the show that have started using BetterHelp and have had such amazing experiences with it, which is really cool. And we love to hear that because I'm always an advocate for therapy. I think everybody should be in therapy. It's not just for people with problems.
Issues. Right. We all have problems. Y'all ain't perfect. Neither are we.
Amen. Amen.
Can
Is
I
that
go
right,
to
Queenie? If you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time if you're not meshing with the one that's originally assigned. When you want to be a problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/swipingup today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/swipingup. Okay, so am I the asshole things? It's kind of a thing that got super popular on Reddit initially. And so we put up a post earlier in the week. We had a few people send us situations. I picked out a few that I thought were very interesting.
Can't wait to hear them. I haven't heard them yet. So
I think I'm not sure. I think you and I are going to have different perspectives on a few of these.
Yeah. Kind of like the queen, the royal fam. Actually, our perspective was the same on the queen. It's the royal fam.
Yeah. Okay. So my 25 female nephew, 4 months, passed away 1 year ago today because of cancer. Or not today, 1 year ago because of cancer. It was right on my birthday and there was no celebration. There was nothing because everyone was devastated. Obviously. Not to be a dick. My sister Denise is still grieving. She's in therapy and making some progress. I wonder if she goes to BetterHelp.
I was thinking that too.
But it's been slow. My family and I try to be as supportive as possible. Birthdays in my family are very important. We throw huge parties, I believe, and have been taught that birthdays are important and should always be cherished. Yesterday was my birthday. Obviously, I felt bad about the anniversary of my nephew's death, but I was also a little down about not being able to celebrate like I used to, and my girlfriend knew that. In the morning, I went to Denise's house, stayed by her side until almost lunchtime when my mother would stay with her. We didn't want to leave her alone, but no one could stay all day. I went to work, and at night, my girlfriend made a surprise at home with a candlelight dinner and a small cake. Something very intimate and for just the two of us since my family was having a bad day. I didn't post on social media, but my girlfriend posted a picture of us holding hands and the dinner she made with a caption that said, "Happy birthday, love." My mom and Denise follow her on Instagram, and I woke up the next day to hundreds of texts from my mom and Denise asking if I was celebrating, even though it was such a sad day, and how heartless I was to celebrate, knowing that my sister was having such a bad day. Even though I said it was a surprise, they called me cold, heartless, and insensitive to the pain of others, saying I should have refused to celebrate. I was just glad that I did celebrate because it's something important to me, and I didn't even realize when my girlfriend posted this photo on Instagram. By the way, in case you were wondering, none of them even remembered it was my birthday. Am I the asshole?
No, that is wild, because just because something bad happens, even though it's like the anniversary or however you want to look at that, like the day, it doesn't take away from like the good either. You need to maybe try to incorporate it. Like her family should definitely try to incorporate remembering him, but celebrating her. Like she was still born that day. It still is a very special day. And
life goes on.
Right.
I mean, that's not to say that you can't mourn, you know, important people or pets or whatever that you lose in your life. Everybody loses people. Life goes on. You have to learn how to, I guess, have that balance, find the silver lining, find the good in situations.
Like do something to honor his life and remember him, but also to celebrate your birthday. Like your family should do that for sure. Like, of course, when life goes on after someone, like when my dad died, like it was right around the holidays. And I remember thinking multiple times, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all those first holidays, you're like, wow, it sucks that they're not there because you almost feel guilty for being happy. And I definitely dealt with that for a long time. And still there are times that I'm like, wow, I really wish you could see this.
And I think that's a normal part of grief.
It totally
the guilt
is.
Of finding joy in your day without that person
being
But
they wouldn't want you. Like, I know my dad wouldn't. My dad was a party animal. He, of course, wouldn't want me to do that. And nor would this little baby. Like, if he were growing up and grown, like, he's not going to want them to mourn him every year, every day. And yes, grief is probably hard. And it probably is a really hard day for her, of course. But you got to find a way to, like, maybe have something to, like, honor him, but to incorporate it into the goodness of her birthday. Maybe they do a special cupcake for him. I don't know.
But maybe like, they don't celebrate on that particular day.
Yeah.
Maybe they do just do a family thing, you know, a few days later or a few days before where it's not just top of mind. And hopefully as years go on, it will get easier. But to just shame her for celebrating at all when that's part of her family's like culture is really making a big deal out of birthdays.
Right.
Like, how dare you shame her girlfriend for doing something that was intimate? Shouldn't ask anybody else to be involved or expect
regardless
anything
if
of them.
She did or not, it's still her birthday. Yeah. You know, like regardless if she threw herself a party, it's still her birthday.
Yeah.
She's still allowed to celebrate her birthday. That is like saying, oh, something bad happened to you. Sorry, you can never have anything fun again in your life. what?
Right.
That is not realistic. And nor if it were any of their other birthdays would they want to do that. Or maybe they would sulk and forever. And like I said.
But you just can't. You can't live like that. And it was, again, you can't like judge how somebody else deals with grief.
Right.
And a tragedy like that. I can't imagine what that's like to lose a child. Right. But it's also unreasonable to expect everyone else to wallow for a year. And honestly, the fact that the sister is still wallowing like that a year later,
right.
that's not good either.
No, it's not healthy.
To me, like we need a different therapist.
Better help.
Hello. Anyways, okay, well, we're on the same page. She's not the asshole.
Did you think I was going to be different on that one?
I wasn't sure.
Oh.
I wasn't sure. Okay, next one. I, 30 female, recently got married to Matt. Matt has a stepsister, Tiffany, who's 28. I have met her less than 10 times in the 5 years I dated Matt, as she doesn't live nearby and is not close to my husband. However, she was invited to our wedding. I should mention that Tiffany is very attractive. She's pretty with a currently fashionable body type. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I assume like she's like very curvy, like Kardashian-esque. She also dresses well and spends money on her appearance. This is well known, and even though I've only met her a few times, whenever she is brought up by my in-laws, she's always mentioned as being very invested in her image. I don't begrudge her this at all. The ceremony went fine, but afterwards, while my in-laws were congratulating me, my father-in-law commented that I looked beautiful, and in the next breath mentioned that Tiffany did also. His wife caught his eye and shook her head, but I ignored it. When Tiffany came over to say congratulations, she looked stunning. Her dress was beautiful and fitted her perfectly. Her hair and makeup looked like they'd been done professionally, and she was wearing a pair of obviously designer shoes. Her outfit was totally appropriate for the event, but I was still weirdly upset by how she looked and immediately felt self-conscious next to her. Even Matt told her she looked great, and they rarely talk. For the rest of the night, every single male guest at the wedding asked about Tiffany, who she was, how I know her, if she was single, etc. By the speeches, I was fed up and almost in tears, and even the best man mentioned her in his speech off the cuff. I let it go, went on my honeymoon, and tried to forget the whole thing. We came back about a week ago, and this past weekend had dinner with my in-laws. Tiffany was visiting, and we learned that she had gotten engaged. She showed us her comically large ring and said she was planning to have the wedding next year and that it would be a black tie event. Before I could stop myself, I jokingly said that I was pretty sure I'd already been to her wedding. I was the one in the white dress. She asked what I meant, and I thought
I get it.
It's funny.
I get what you did there.
She asked what I meant, and I thought there was no point in lying, so I just admitted I felt that she upstaged me at my wedding. She laughed and said, "You can't upstage a bride." I asked if I could wear white to her wedding then, and she shrugged and said, "If you think it'll help." She then apologized.
So savage. Can I go to this wedding?
She then apologized if I felt that her outfit was inappropriate. My in-laws moved the conversation on, and we went on with dinner. When we got home, my husband blew up on me, saying I was embarrassing him by being petty and jealous of Tiffany. He said he doesn't even like her, but he knows she can't do anything about what she looks like or the clothes she can afford, and I made myself look bitter and childish, and him by association. I admit it wasn't my best moment, but I thought he would at least understand how I felt, given that he heard everyone's comments that night too. He's demanding that I apologize to Tiffany and his parents, but I don't think I said anything that heinous. Am I the asshole? The whole thing's fucking funny.
They have great personalities, I'm not going to lie, because that is really funny. The pettiness and savageness.
The "if you think it will help" comment almost sent
dead.
Me.
That goes up there with the Naomi and Paige one last week, and they're like, "Well, I think you're a badass. Well, you have great taste in people." Cheers. Yeah, love that. Okay, remind me, because I think I forgot to comprehend what you were saying. Who is Tiffany again?
So Tiffany is, hold on, I'm pretty sure it's his stepsister.
Okay.
Yes, it's his stepsister.
Okay, so this is the thing. We all have that friend that upstages you in every aspect of life. Let's be honest. We all have that person that no matter what you wear, you could think you have the best outfit on, and then when you go in your group of people, somebody else has the best outfit on, and you're like, "Well, I thought I looked good until I saw you, bitch."
Yeah.
We all have her.
Or have been her.
Yeah. But that's Tiffany. Like, she can't help it. And honestly, I feel like she's not going to not be herself and dress nice and wear things that she wants. If her boobs weren't hanging out.
She dressed nice to her wedding.
Right.
It's not like, and it doesn't sound like her dress was inappropriate. It just looked great on her.
She said that. That's what the girl said. She was like, she can't help being pretty. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. You're kind of being an asshole from the aspect of like the point that you're trying to make. Like, you need to pipe it down. Like, she's just pretty. Like, it goes back to what we talked about 2 weeks ago. Some people are just assholes to pretty people. And that is on that. And that is a hill I will die on. Some people are dickheads to people like that. And she can't help it. Tiffany's just a pretty girl. That being said, y'all need to be friends because y'all are funny. Right? Like,
you need to make up.
Y'all got to make up because y'all would be a really good duo.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like, I was just talking to somebody about this earlier because they were like, oh, well, you're really intimidating for so-and-so. And I was like, no, they're intimidated. I'm not intimidating.
Right.
That's their issue, not mine.
Right.
And I feel like that's kind of the situation here. Like, you're insecure, but that's not her fault. You're insecure.
That's not a her problem. That's a you problem. And you have to figure that out.
And that's okay. Listen, we all have insecurities. That's okay.
Right.
But you let your insecurities and your jealousy of one person get in your head so bad it basically ruined your entire wedding. You just said you couldn't think about anything else. All you could concentrate on, which I'm sure was not as bad as she was thinking it was in her head. But, you know, you get to a point where you like just start to fucking spiral.
Yeah. It's like when you get a new car and it's a white truck and you see 8,000 white trucks around because you drive a white truck.
Right.
So when you are so obsessed with like Tiffany and
all you're going to notice is when people are saying nice things about her.
Right. Did you ever see the Brady Bunch? Marsha.
That's literally what it seems like.
It really is. And like you said, I mean, we have all done it, but when you get in your head about certain things, you believe those things. So then you are believing everyone cares about Tiffany and not you. Right. That is not the case. They're
Tiffany
at your freaking
didn't
wedding.
go around trying to recruit people to talk about her at your wedding. You're the asshole in this situation. I hate to say it.
Did you think I was going to be different on that one?
No, I figured you'd be the same as me on that one. But I can't. That one actually, the more I talk about it, the more irritated I get by it.
It's so annoying. But
the joke about thinking that you had just been at her wedding, that was fucking good. So
yeah, that was really funny.
I like that.
No, I told you recently, like that kind of stuff drives me crazy at this age. I get it when you're younger.
Yeah, she's 30. She's 30. She's
I
an
get
adult.
it when you're in high school. Yes, we have all done that. Like we have all been the friend that's jealous of this person, and then you like let it eat up, and then you start in fights because you're being petty Betty. Been there. You're looking at her.
And then she's taking like stabs at her ring, like making slight
her comical large ring.
You're jealous.
It's an ice skating ring. Get your skates on, girl, because we're going for a ride. Whatever. She's being the asshole.
Love that. Okay, last one. My boyfriend and I, they're 33 and 29, have been dating for 3 years. He owns a house and lives there by himself. I live in an apartment by myself. We've talked about moving in together as that's the logical next step in our relationship, and we both want to do it. But I have some hangups related to moving into a house that I don't have any stake in. I'm refusing to pay any money that would go directly towards his mortgage. Literally, this one enraged me reading it.
Keep going.
I don't have any stake in the house. Why would I contribute to his mortgage payments? I'm okay helping with utilities, groceries, household items, etc. But paying his mortgage is a hard no for me. I just don't think it makes any sense for me to pay toward his mortgage when I would get nothing from that if we were to break up. His argument is that I would essentially be living with him for free, and it would cause an uneven dynamic in our payment towards shared living expenses. Which I kind of get, but at the same time, he's the one benefiting from paying down the mortgage and gaining equity, not me. He also argued that his mortgage is pretty much exactly what I was paying in rent. So by cutting that in half, I'm saving a lot of money on living costs compared to living on my own. Which, yeah, that's nice too, but legally, it's still not my house.
Bitch, neither is your apartment. Did you forget?
Literally, I'll finish this in a sec, but like you're paying somebody's mortgage. You're either paying your landlord's or your boyfriend's. Like, I don't know where this dumb bitch thinks her. Sorry.
No, I know.
I was apologizing to her, not you.
No. Oh,
but
sorry.
Like, where do you think your money's going?
Right.
You're paying somebody's mortgage.
Right.
Okay.
Oh God. Keep going.
I told him the only way I would pay money for rent is if he signs a contract with me stating that any money I pay toward his mortgage will be paid back to me by him in the event that we break up. It would also allow me protection from eviction and other basic tenant rights, similar to a rental agreement. He is refusing to sign anything like that because, in his words, I could break up with him for no reason and then take him to court for thousands of dollars, which I suppose is true, but I wouldn't just break up with him for no reason. So you say. This whole situation is driving a wedge between us, and he's pissed at me for quote, being so difficult when all he thinks is he's asking when all he thinks he is asking is that we split living expenses 50-50 if we are to live together. Duh. To me, it's not that simple when he's the one owning the house we would live in. If I were on the title, it would be a different story, but he's not willing to put me on the title because he's lived there for 7 years already. My lease at my apartment is up in 2 months, and I know I need to make a decision sooner rather than later. It doesn't help that my landlord is going to be increasing my rent, and similar apartments in our area
I hate her. I'm so annoyed.
It's almost done. I can't see now. I'm laughing. And similar apartments in our area are going for even more than I'm currently paying, but I just don't feel right contributing money towards his mortgage. I also know that if I renew my lease, it's pretty much a dagger to our relationship, which I don't want because I do love him and see a future with him. I just want to make sure I'm protected. I can tell my boyfriend's patience on this is wearing thin, and he's upset with me for digging my heels in on this, but for me, this is about protecting myself for the worst case scenario while he's not really risking anything.
His patience is wearing thin? What the hell do you think ours is doing? Wow. Okay. Wow.
First of all, you have the floor.
Oh, wow. Cheers to that. Okay. First of all, if you're not paying his mortgage, then you're paying the apartment complexes. Like, why is that so complex? It is not.
Right. Every property is owned by somebody.
Right.
What do you think rent is?
What is that? Oh, she done pushed the button, the bird button. It's for the birds.
It was the crickets.
It's for the crickets. What, am I that boring?
My bad.
I'm like, what is my phone doing? I'm like, is my stomach got bubble guts?
It's got diarrhea.
Like, it's just waiting like to eat again. But I think, you know what I think this is? I think this is a case of the wanting to get in the engagees. Like, she wants to get engaged. She wants to get engaged. And she's like trying to make it really difficult and be like, well, we're not engaged yet. Well, guess what? If you keep on, you're never going to be engaged with this guy. Because I would be like, bitch, you got to go.
Yeah, I wonder, did she say how long they've been together?
I don't know. While you're looking, I still got stuff to say. So if you were a guy, would that not be a red flag to be like, wow, you're making this really complicated when we're just trying to move in together? Why would you not want to help him out and help yourself out?
3 years. They've been
Okay.
together. So
It's
I'm
time.
sure she is itching to get engaged.
It's time. It's time, buddy. What's his name? Did she put that in there?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, it's time. He sounds like a Steven. He sounds like a Steven. Steven needs to put a ring on it. But honestly, she's being a bit of an asshole because she would be helping both of them out. If you're willing to get a contract, can you imagine literally getting somebody to draft up a piece of paper and getting it notarized or whatever would make it valid and being like, well, this is my boyfriend. Oh, did y'all break up, sweetie? No, I just need to do this in case we break up. I just want to make sure I get my money back. Okay. What?
Yeah.
She's got to go. She's on my nerves.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I just, like, either she is just dumb as fuck and doesn't understand, I mean, sorry, but, and doesn't understand how this stuff works, or her rationale is just,
She's being
like,
a bitch. Sorry, but she is.
She's an asshole and a bitch?
Yeah. Wow. She's an ab. Stop being an ab. The only abs we want on our stomach. Don't be an asshole and a bitch, because again, if you're willing to put your foot down on that one, it would help her out too. She even said like it would be a huge thing financially for her to split it with him. Okay, well, you can split the mortgage with me at my house, and I would rather probably live somewhere, because what if the apartment complex sold their property and went up in rent? Then what are you going to do?
Well,
make them pay you back?
And she even talks about that. She talks about how her landlord is raising her rent. The other apartments in her area are more expensive. Your boyfriend's mortgage isn't going to change. That's a fixed payment.
She wants to get engaged, and she's just like, let's just stick it to him. No, it won't. You need to talk to him, because Steven ain't going to stand for that shit much longer, girl. No. I'm looking at you because I hope you're listening to this. And I hope what I'm saying, how long ago? Are we still on this current time?
Yeah.
Is this a live request? because she better take notes.
She should.
She's about to get broken up with.
I can't imagine anybody would agree with her.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking about that. I'm
Y'all
like,
have to comment.
Has she talked this out with like friends and family? Like,
No.
has anybody
If we're raging, imagine her friends and family
that actually know them?
Right.
Know them both?
Imagine her parents being like, what? What? You want to do what now?
Honestly, he should probably dump her. He
Right.
should probably dump her.
Good luck having kids because you're probably going to have a whole damn contract with that. Names. Like, well, I need to have a little collateral. I get the extra guest room if you don't want to name this kid this name. She has got to go. My blood pressure's high. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I am sweating.
Sorry, girl.
You're being an asshole.
We're not with you on this one. Okay.
Those were good. Those were fun. But we need y'all to comment on the post, to boost our engagement that we don't get. Maybe we'll get to 1%.
Yay.
Perhaps we should apply for Forbes next year.
Oh, for sure.
We have 0.5 engagement. We made 100,000 pennies for 2022. And we're a good time.
I love that.
However much 10,000 would be. Would it be 100,000?
I don't know. Math isn't my forte.
Me either. And nor do I want it to be.
And you know
Dorks.
what? I'm just going to say next week video, it's going to be better. It's going to be less choppy.
Y'all.
We'll get this figured out.
Really sorry.
It is
It's
what
my
it
fault.
is.
I'm taking a hit on this. You're taking one for the team earlier as we talked. And this is me taking one. See, the God above was foreshadowing. He knew what was going to happen. He's like, all right, Spencer's got this one. I got this one. I'm really sorry for the video. But you know what? I have no doubt that Spencer is going to nail it.
We'll see. Subscribe on YouTube, please. Head on over to iTunes, rate us 5 stars, leave us some words of affirmation, all those things. Anything else that you want to add?
Yes, we didn't do our WWU this week because Spencer was bachelorette partying up in the back corner of the bar, spending $100 in tips. I mean, in damn $2 beers. But we will do that this week. We will resume as normal. And that is all. And Maggie was such a peach.
She was very good.
She was here, y'all, and she was such a little peach. This was fun. Was this everything you thought it was going to be, or were you nervous still? Because we were a little nervous coming on.
No, I'm still a little nervous.
Nervous from the technical aspect of it?
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm not nervous. I thought I would be a lot more nervous talking to y'all through this. I know that sounds really stupid because it's our podcast that literally we do this every
weird.
week. But
and I'm scared of comments because people on YouTube are mean.
Yeah, but we can ignore them. We have a new motto, and that's ignore the haters.
Yep. That's what we're gonna
talk about the haters between the two of us, but we're gonna ignore them for what y'all see.
We're gonna fester and dwell on anything negative.
We're gonna fake ignore the haters.
But we're gonna pretend like we don't care. That's why we need the words of affirmation.
Exactly. Love y'all.
See ya.
Bye.